The USC fans was singing Tusk all night long on Saturday night. We go into the Rose Bowl. We take on them UCLA Bruins, aka the team down the street, and we beat them in a classic in the history of the Victory Bell, the Crosstown rivalry. DTR, Dorian Thompson Robinson, was talking so much all week, talking about we know how much we hate USC. That's no secret. That's obviously not a secret. And then talking about we want to be even better than last year and put up more than 60 points. Well, we definitely denied them, even though the defense did give up a lot of points. But everybody was expecting that going into this game, because neither defense is great this season, UCLA and USC that is. But we made the plays on defense that we needed to make, and we get up out of there with a big time win. So there goes Antonio Sears using his numbers from last week's game, but we're not talking about this game, the virtual game. We're talking about real life. Them USC Trojans balled out, they rallied. We was down, 14-0 at one point. And I was so disgusted with how the offense was looking early on. And then make matters worse, the defense couldn't get a stop. But oh man, they rallied. We got a touchdown. We got back in the game. I believe, Caleb Williams scored the first touchdown of the game. And I believe that was on the third offensive drive. We should have scored on the first two drives. Raleigh Brown showing his freshman ways. He had a first down on the play, and he decided to make a cut and try to make other people miss instead of going forward for the first down marker. Then we go forward on 4th and 1 and we don't get it. Next offensive drive, we drive downfield. We give Dennis Lynch a chance to give us a 3-0 lead, and he straight whiffs the kick. He missed 2 field goals, as a matter of fact, and he was really pissing me off. So for the second straight game, our offense is off to a slow start. Defense at this point had to get stops, but they couldn't. Right after that drive, no, take that back. Right after Caleb Williams threw that INT, the following play, they scored. What was the 2 play? I believe it was the second play of that drive. It was a play action pass. The tight end is left wide open. That was Ezekiel, who caught 3 touchdowns, as a matter of fact. The last 2 were on the same play. He was wide open on that play, and eventually we was down 14-0. After that, we had to rally the troops. We eventually got back into the game. Caleb Williams scored the first touchdown for USC, and then we just kept going from there. Eventually, they did get up 21-10 at one point, but that offense kept rallying. Cal Ford had a great game. Cal Ford was an unbelievable player in that game. Another player that stood out, of course, was Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison had well over 100 yards. I believe Cal Ford had over 100 yards too. Both had a touchdown each, and Caleb Williams had the best passing game in his career. Over 500 yards passing. Austin Jones was absolutely amazing. He did everything that I expected him to do. A lot of USC fans were in the mud, as they say in the UK, because Travis Dye went down against Colorado. At knowing the fact that we still have 3 good backs. We don't need one man to carry a load. We just need to do a rotation, and that's exactly what we did. Austin Jones had the best game of his life as a Trojan, but Darwin Barlow, and this is a cat, the TCU transfer running back number 22. I've been saying this since I first saw him carry the ball. I think he needs more reps. He's a big physical back, and so is Austin Jones. But I believe Barlow is well, I won't say that. He has more balance. I say that. He has more balance than Austin Jones. They're both big physical backs. And I think we need to let Jones be first string, let Barlow be second string, and then let Raleigh Brown be the gadget back. And I think we go from there. But who else? Oh yeah, how can I forget? Taj Washington had a great game, man. Taj Washington had an unbelievable catch near the UCLA sideline. That was a crazy catch where he was pretty much at an angle and had to catch that between his legs and his damn forearm. That was nuts. But yeah, we continued to rally. And then what pissed me off throughout the game was those damn pooch kicks. I have no idea what Lincoln Riley was thinking, but he cannot ignore this anymore. we need a special teams coach next season. The special teams as a whole this season for the USC Trojans has been absolutely awful. From kick return to punt return to kickoff coverage, punt return coverage. Well, I'll take that back. Punt return coverage hasn't been bad. But field goal kicking, punts and field goals and kickoff coverage have been absolutely awful this season. And ever since Gary Bryant Jr. decided to red shirt and eventually he's going to transfer, it got even worse. Dennis Lynch didn't make things any easier, missing field goals and stuff like that. But I am happy that we did win. Now, another thing that contributed to this win, even though they did give up a lot of big plays, was the defense. Our defense had 3 interceptions, along with a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. The first one that caught a pick was Ncaa Black. Second one was Shane Lee. And then, of course, the game-saving interception was by Corey Foreman. That is a play that will be remembered and will be shrined in the history of USC football. But that fumble recovery, and I thought that was Solomon Byrd that forced that fumble, but it was somebody else. That fumble, forced fumble on Dorian Thompson-Robinson was so big because we really needed that, and that gave us the momentum we needed to finally get in the lead. But this defense, we got a lot of work to do, man. Like, we give up too many big plays. And the thing that really frustrates me the most about our defense is the fact that we don't bring enough pressure. And then when we did get pressure on Dorian Thompson-Robinson, we could never bring him down. Now, I give DTR credit. That man is a fighter. He's a very good fighter. Very good fighter. But he cost his team a lot on Saturday. And that's a lot coming from a cat that was talking all week. Especially since he was still thriving off that ass whooping he gave us last year in the college when they put up 66 points on our ass. But anyway, man, I was very happy to see the fight in that team. Because if we was to be led by that other guy that coached us last year, we probably f*** around and lose that game. And I'm not even capping. We f*** around, we lose that game if the other guy's coaching us. But we did it. It was so great to see USC fighting. It was so great to see this rivalry renewed. And I'm hoping that we can continue to build from this. We're now 10-1 on the season. And now we're ranked number 5 in the AP poll. The college football playoff poll comes out on Tuesday. So I'm anxious to see where we're going to be on that poll. But yeah, man. So we're 10-1 right now, and we have one more hill to climb. And that is against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, who are ironically clicking at the right time. But like I said for this game, I said it against UCLA that we had to score on damn near every position in order to win. And we did. But now we got to do more. We got to get physical in the trenches. This team, Notre Dame, in case you ain't watched them all year, Notre Dame is a team that likes to control the line of scrimmage. They like to take their time. They thrive on time of possession. We have to score a lot and put the game out of reach. Spread people out, and we can't keep making mistakes like we was in the UCLA game. Speaking of which, let's go back to the UCLA game real quick. The pooch kicks were really, I was getting so frustrated with Lincoln Riley when he was doing those pooch kicks. Because the first pooch kick, they drive down, it was like 3 plays they scored on. But the second one, they did it a second time, and that infuriated me. They get the pooch kick, and what they do, they score on the very first play of that following drive. I was so fucking pissed off about that. Just so pissed off. But yeah, so now we know that no matter who goes down, the next man is going to step up. You saw that at the running back spot. Well, you saw that at the wide receiver spots where we had Jordan Addison and Mario Williams go down. You saw Taj Washington step up. You saw Michael Jackson III step up. And you saw Kyle Ford step up. Now we know when a player goes down, the next guy is going to step up. Another thing that a lot of people are probably not going to agree with me on this. But Brendan Rice, the son of Jerry Rice, yes, he has very inconsistent hands. But when he does make a play, he does come through for us. Now, a lot of people, they feel that Cal Ford should be wide receiver number 2. But I say keep it as it is. Keep Cal Ford as our secret weapon because he's having a great year, especially coming off those ACL tears. No one is more deserving right now than Cal Ford. And his touchdown catch, versus UCLA was big, man. He straight marching the DB like that and catching that ball up in the corner. That was a very big play. But overall, UCLA, that game could have gone either way. A lot of people was going back and forth about who was going to win. A lot of people felt that UCLA, with the experience, with DTR, they was going to come in and get another win, ignoring the fact that we now have an offense that can score at will. We did not have that last year, and we didn't have that. As a matter of fact, we haven't had that the last 4 years under the other guy, whose name I'm not going to mention because I can't stand him. But anyway, man, with Lincoln Riley as our head coach now, we can score at will. I just wish that we get the defense to complement that. We need to stop giving up big plays damn near every down, and we need to start with these slow starts. That's one thing we can't afford against Notre Dame. After kickoff, we have to be on that field up and running. We cannot let up against Notre Dame. If it stays close, we give them a high chance of winning that game. We have to put the game out of reach. We have to be the aggressor, especially on offense. Our offensive line has been absolutely phenomenal this season, and I can't express how much more proud I am of that offensive line. Especially with Brandon Haskins, the things he's been going through this week with his former teammates getting murdered like that out there in Charlottesville, Virginia. But that's the video, man. Next time, join us. We're going to be talking about the Notre Dame USC game. Peace.